everybody. It looks like my voice is carrying just fine. That's good. I think you guys can hear me. Let's go up here and hit this. I'm ready. Also, tonight, I want to make a note. It is the He-Man Woman Haters Club because we have Rue, Stan, and me, and no ladies. So, don't expect anything to happen of note. All right. So, He-Man Woman Haters Club. John C., hello. Paul Bennett, hello. Jennifer Pew Pew Pew. Like of Thor, 2006, Jamie Thaxton, Ron Chefs, Ike Camacho. Michelle Schulte, June Ritchie, The King. Kat Swift, Edson Juice, Patricia Hogarty. It's been a while since I've seen you on. It's very good to see you. Actually, why don't I give you a Beastman fist bump? Did I hit the right button?
No.
I did. Great. Hooray. Ken Leckie Zarish. He says, what it do, Stan and Rue?
Yo, yo. Yo. I guess that's the...
All right. And yeah, okay, not a huge bunch of folks on right now. Now suddenly I'm on live chat. Maybe that changes a few things. Hello, Louis McLam. Sarah R. I think that's it. Kat Swift. I think we're good. So yeah, it is. They have, like, no bar has men's night. Like, well, I guess gay bars do. But like, no, like, that doesn't even sound right. Like, ladies' night sounds right. Men's night, no, it doesn't sound right. Okay. So we're gonna make it some things. We're gonna finish up some things. Ken, I do very well, actually. I do just fine. I'm figuring out what is best in life. Let's get these very simple werewolf feet out the way. Okay. So, they have no freedom. Right. Plymouth refrained from calling it a sausage party. I don't know. That just doesn't quite sound right. This is important. I'll put it away later. So I'll show you guys something I'm working on. I'm making a leather face mask. Hey, Ross. Good to hear that, sir. This is on my plaster head cap. I just put some holes in it so I can lace it up for now. I will add elastic to it. It won't be laced up. Hey, wife. Hey, Rue. You're fired.
Oh, sweet.
Now, get back to work. That doesn't mean you stop working. You left the vinegar out in the food place.
Oh.
We want food to go in the food place.
Sorry.
Hi, wife.
Hi.
Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Jones. Say hi to everybody.
Jonesy.
Bones Jones.
It's Jones. All right.
All right, thanks, love.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, we just kind of got live, so.
Come on. I got dogs and cats. Okay, come on. Let's go. Come on.
That's right. I did say that, the king.
Dogs are hilarious.
Okay, so I wet this leather down. I did what is called casing the leather. which means you soak it for a while and then you put it in a plastic bag for like 12 hours or overnight. And then this is a molded leather mask to my face. And I'm going to see if it has any level of comfort at all. I'm willing to bet no. Mr. and Mrs. Stiltbeast. That's so nice. So, Danette Burton. I apologize for not doing the Vine video this week. But I needed a video that was going to be faster to put together because of how my life is. I will be doing the Vine video very soon. So there you go. I'm never 100% happy with my garb. And I call it a costume. I don't call it garb. To me, it's a costume. I'm playing a character. I know a lot of friend folk are like, it's garb. I don't see a huge need for that distinction. But anyway, no, I'm not actually done with it, and I will probably work on it a little bit, maybe tomorrow, to get things readier. What's nice about casing the leather is you form it the shape that you want, and then when it dries, it stays that way. So like this is kind of shaped. I'm coming to get you, Clarice. It's shaped like it's leather, and it's my face. The dogs probably are longer. Probably is the case. I'm going to use the camera now to check my. Yeah, here's good. That's the bottom line. Great. What's the bottom line? It's this line.
The bottom line?
There's the one on the bottom.
The one on the bottom, yeah.
I'm going to have these little tabs here that I can put elastic on.
That's traditional.
It is a good video game for haunt stuff. You know, okay, so I'll tell you what, Ron Chips, because you're the only person to comment on that, okay? I recorded that and Shannon was next to me. And the reason I was laughing at the end of it is because, like, Shannon did a full spit take, 17 years of marriage, and she's never heard me say that word. She's never heard me say that word. So, but I knew I was going to beep it out, you know what I mean? So I had to make all of the sounds in order for the beep to work. And I thought it would be a bit entertaining. I've never played The Sims because it doesn't really appeal to me. I do enough actual life. I don't have to pretend to have a life in a video game. That doesn't even sound fun. So I'm not a Sims guy. What's the idea for this? Is going to be a mask. It'll be like a COVID mask because we have to wear those at fair. So I'm just going to make a leather one. One day we'll get all fancy and cut them on the laser. We can. I know we can. But we also have a lot to do.
Sure.
See, and I think that this just looks scary. I don't think this is going to be good. I feel like I look like Hannibal Lecter. Okay.
Kind of look. Yeah, you kind of just look like
It just looks like Hannibal Lecter. So I don't think doing this as a leather mask is a good idea right now. A gift from your son. Well, Hauntings by Design, that would be amazing. I'd be honored to receive it. Mortal God. That's right. Get over here. Yeah. Yeah, it is very Hannibal because I've got gray hair. I'm like a successful Hannibal because he couldn't have eaten that many people. But me, I would like chomp my way through half the Backstreet Boys. Are you okay?
Are they as sweet as they look?
Are you eating a brownie?
Maybe.
How'd your diet go? I think I hit the. Sorry, guys. I hit a button.
Brownies aren't against my diet.
That's right. My hand landed on the button. This thing does all the things. There's me. I hit the wrong button. Yes. Hello, Cobwebs. Good to see you on, sir.
My God, what?
I am going to eat one of these sandwiches.
They're quite delicious. As always.
You already have one of these?
Uh-huh.
You're fast. You had two?
Mm-hmm. For one that wasn't real.
It does seem like Rue's always eating.
What you guys don't know is this is my only period to eat during the day. So. Try to do intermittent fasting.
Okay.
And Rue likes food.
I will finish that mask, but not right now.
So, do you guys remember the baby experiment?
Show him your baby.
The baby experiment. We ended up getting a baby. It actually came out of the mold. And it's fairly tough. Like, this could be a mask. It only took over a month to dry. But it did work.
Yes. Rue stuck his finger in the baby, and it was no longer sticky, so he pulled it apart. I would gladly autograph a picture, Hauntings by Design. That is very sweet. I'd be happy to do that. Yes, Rue is wearing an Allen belt. He wants to dress like me. He came clean and told me this earlier today. He'll be changing his whole wardrobe and lasering off most of his tattoos.
And gaining about 100 pounds.
What is Rue working on besides dinner? Ron, that is $100,000 question. Every night. That is the $100,000 question. Hello, Dark Red Rose. Are you new to this? I don't think I've seen you on. It's good to see you. Hey, Facebook, I'm live. Ta-da. Yes, we can make monster babies.
Sweet monster babies.
Our dreams come true. That's the Muppet Babies theme song.
Caught it.
I am still doing vines for a future YouTube Wednesday, probably next week. Christine Salvati says she poured up your werewolf today.
Sweet.
Hello, it's a riot demon. I'll throw back a bottle of beer. It's a riot demon. Brother combs through your coal black hair. That was like a song without all of the pitch and stuff. No. You're so wrong. This one, this one, this one, this one. Put a whole big piece of screen back here.
Oh. Yeah, these ones are right in front of the lights.
That too. I have most of a row, and I am booth number 4. That's how long I've been at Transworld. I'm in booth number 4. Yes, I'll be going to the werewolf ball. If I did not go to the werewolf ball, you should find out who has taken over.
Yeah.
All right, and let's go way back. Dark Red Rose. You're going to get a Beastman fist bump, as the king has suggested, because you haven't watched in a while. That is a Beastman fist bump. Roar and stuff. Okay, I need to move some things around. Luckily, we're still on Ozbot. Now, this is a bunny. This is a meth bunny. That is actually for Paul Bennett. But he wants the hair more mangy and crusty, kind of. So we're going to fix that. I want to add some sparse hair. Probably peel some of this back a little bit. Well, I'm glad to have you with us there, Dark Red Pros. Actually, 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if 1, 2, and 3 exist, in all honesty. I don't know of a booth number 1 or a booth number 2. Let's move to Pip. We're going to go to Pip. There we go.
I think you've absolved them into your booth. That is
Yeah.
now, what, 6 booths?
Yes, I have 6 booths. There we go. All right. Hey, somebody subscribed. Let's see if I can find out who subscribed. Daniel Stone. You just subscribed. Thank you, sir. You got a Beastman, like, actual, like, whole Beastman fist bump on the screen there. Booth 4 may have eaten.
That was
other
pretty
booths.
cool.
Yeah, that's something I set up forever ago, and it works when it wants to. Not all the time.
Well, you know, like you do.
Glad you enjoyed the song, Edson. I think I'm going to goop up the hair a little bit and add some real sparse hair that's actually wool or yak.
Yeah.
You kind of need it to be full back here to make the whole mask. But up here, like around the face and stuff, I'm going to peel that back quite a bit. Not necessarily. There actually is a lot of people who get real scared by Halloween stuff, even though they do Halloween stuff. That is pretty common. Rue is all about the white rabbit.
What?
Nothing.
Something about love the white rabbit watching over where there's a big old glare there. I can't really read it. Chocolate.
Okay, there we go. See, now I've peeled that back quite a bit, and I can add hair that is very sparse. While I'm over here,
Hey Stan, there's food.
it's Jennifer, you just completely outed yourself, but it still scares you.
Okay.
I would say that I dislike horror movies. I like monster movies. To me, they're very different. We have these figures that we move around dark hour all the time to scare each other. Pretty effective, actually. Al Art.
Bum bum bum.
Hooray! Good to see you, Al.
I too can fill in for Stacy. Okay.
You can. Still punch your mannequin to the ground every time you go to the storage room. That's awesome. What did your mannequin do wrong? That's funny. Yeah, a mannequin is it's a real easy thing to scare somebody with just because, that they're so good at having that human shape.
Kind of like they were made for it.
Yeah, it's almost like that's what they were designed for. Well, there are monster movies and horror movies are different. Like, if you can have a horror movie about a guy who kills and eats people, or you can watch that on CNN. I prefer to, I don't know. I just don't like watching people kill people in movies. I think that I would rather have it be, monsters and stuff. This is yak top. This is yak hair. I sculpted some models in a 3D program and want to print them in resin. Try to make a plaster mold. You don't, Dark Red Rose. You're going to make a silicone mold. If you're molding something that is rigid, you need a flexible mold. And if you are molding something that is flexible, you should have a rigid mold. Ordered an Ed hat. That's awesome. Yes. These are tough scissors. I need sharp scissors. Oh, do you have an inbred? You have an inbred Santa poured up?
Yes.
It's the other inbred. It's not that one. It's the other one.
It's the other one.
Got one?
I'm pretty sure I have.
I want you to start building him out into inbred Santa, please.
Okay. Pretty sure I have one.
Hello, Jordan Bunce. So for this guy, he's supposed to have like a real mangy look. So I'm just doing some areas of hair that kind of blend in. And I'm probably going to hit him with a black wash after. Yeah, they don't always do the best finishing on those cobwebs. I have noticed that too. through while you're here and working. Hello, Horror Beauty. You guys are on live chat. This is what all.
Got the layout.
Well,
Everything that we need.
This is for the holiday shelf. I want to knock out everything on that shelf.
Okay. As per the ones that we don't have already.
Well, if you know we've got it, then assemble it.
I'm going to, go take a look. Because there's a few of those that we do have. I know we have. We got a few extra grouches.
Well, we'll throw them together with some sets, and I have some extra Grouch hair suits upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just get them done and out, and then I can just sell them cash and carry.
Yep. I think we have like 3 grouch masks done right now.
Guys, again, I am working while I'm looking at comments, so I may not catch everything. If you have a question, just ask it again. Yeah, this is going to be such a weird Transworld for me. Just the way it works out, time of the year, you know, with the Monster Museum and all. It's going to be a tough one. This is going to look like Methy the Wonder Rabbit, so... But that's the plan. Like, he wants it to look really mangy. I actually, the van is full of people, and then I rent a 17-foot trailer. I have a 14-foot trailer, but it's not big enough for what I bring to Transworld. So I actually, this year I might have to bring both my trailer and rent one. But I need to go to pick. Hello, Glow Urban X. It's been a while. You too get a fist bump. Boom, shalaka-laka. That's awesome, Christine. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, whether or not your work sells, it means one of two things. Either your work needs to improve a little bit, and that's fine too, or it means that you're not getting it to the right people. And that is also quite possible. Chad Smith, that is a funny question, my friend. My copious amounts of free time, how have I been spending? Well, mostly getting the Monster Museum ready to go, and a lot of good stuff happening at Dark Hour. So that's a lot of my time. And then making videos. See, I picked up a lot of extra things that I do during COVID lockdown and stuff, but I wasn't doing a lot of other stuff. And now I picked up all the other stuff again, and I haven't dropped anything from what I've been doing for COVID. So I am reaching a point where I've got to slow down on something. We'll see. All right, I'm going to put on some gloves. All right, so this guy is meant to be really mangy. So if you look at that hair, and I might do a little bit more. That's what I'll do. This is actually for Paul Bennett, who is on tonight. And then after I get this one done, I'll do his white one. He has a white rabbit too. And then they'll be done. Dude, that'd be so awesome if you come in and help out in the shop. That'd be cool. I do like me some shop help.
We don't bite hard.
Rude, you're going to have to start scheduling some days to come in and work on other things.
Yep. Already am.
Well, hopefully that's turning around with the stimulus. I hate to say that, but with cons starting back up again, it seems like your work lends itself to cosplay people as well. So I think that that's going to be on the uptick again. I don't think it is yet, but I think it will be. Okay, so now, Paul, I want to gunk this up. Like, I'm going to make this look like real rough, okay? So I'll do another black wash on it. I'm going to mess up the hair even more and just make him look real methy. Methy is a word. It's like messy, but there's drugs involved. Paul, do you want blood or no blood? That just worked. I want to thank modern technology.
Because you were walking away and said it.
So, let's see. What got me into doing masks? Well, honestly, there was a point in time where I was unloading masks for a gift shop for a aunt. I tried them all on, and I realized I can't see or breathe out of any of these masks. So that's not good. So if I'm going to work in them, I have to find some. Okay, so I'll put blood on, but it won't show up in UV light per se, okay? It's not going to be UV blood. It'll be regular blood. But I just got a gallon of perma blood, and I'm dying to slap it on a bunch of crap. Let's be honest. Because what do you do with a gallon of perma blood? You slap it onto a bunch of crap. Yeah, the brownies are delicious.
Yeah.
Shannon makes a good brownie. It's soft. Of course Connie is on when I say I gotta blood the snot out of something. Of course she is. I've not used the disease sauce. I love their blood sauce. the Rip Cities. This is a very unique sensation to put your fingers down in the black crap. Okay, and what I'm doing with this black, it's a brown bunny, but this is just going to help gunk it up. You mean wood is as expensive as permablood now is what you mean. And this is just going to make him look a little bit nasty. Yeah, a show would be really nice to go to. I'm not gonna lie. Gray House. I will not. I only teach at Transworld and Midwest Haunters. That's how my life is right now. So that's a little bit of silicone caulking with that black there, and that's going to give me even more thickness because we want this to be kind of nasty. Wayne Newton may put this on his hair. I'm not entirely sure. But I wouldn't put it past him. Tell I got an older crowd. We're getting Wayne Newton jokes, okay? Depot does sell it. You're not in California, are you, Christine? Christina Mans. Hi, how are you? See how much nastier that looks now? It's still very much brown, but it's got like this oily gunk in it, which is what we want. No, I haven't yet, Chad. I haven't yet. Hello, Lisa. And it's California Jake. Permablood, I buy it online from Pale Night Productions or Pale Night Studios. What's that label say, Ruth?
Pale Light Studio.
Pale Night Studios.
Oh, it is production.
Pale Night Productions.
I thought it was studios. I was wrong. Pale Light Productions. Might have changed.
Paul wants me to blood the snot out of it. Okay. What was that?
Something.
Whoa! Hey, we have that's the first super chat we've ever gotten on this channel. Thank you so much. That is our first Stilt Beast Live super chat.
Who was it?
It was, I believe it was Lisa Arendt.
Lisa, thank you.
Yes, gallons are over $100, but they are kind of, it was Lisa. Hooray, thank you, Lisa.
Essential.
Yeah, it's good stuff, you know? It is good stuff. We've only had Super Chat enabled like 2 weeks, I think. So. And now I'm mixing in some. I'm mixing up, I should say, some black paint and water. The melting hair, it just gets uncomfortable. It gets uncomfortable. So because it turns into hard, spiky plastic, and then it'll stab you. Okay, I will blood the snot out of it here shortly. Jake, I'm sure that eventually, sir, you will get to Transworld. Or I will get to one of the California shows. And I'll tell you when I'm coming. I don't think they're having them this year, but they probably will next year. All right, now I need a paper towel. Hey, why?
You're missing comments.
Can you sit right there?
We're just all over the place.
What's that?
We're all over the place.
Can you sit there?
We obviously handle the show.
No, we cannot handle it by ourselves. We have a wife. But pull up Ozbot. Wife is here. She's gonna sit down and she's gonna do stuff.
I'm gonna read comments.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Transworld is amazing. And I'm spraying water mixed with the paint right now onto the mask. And then I'm going to wipe a lot of this off. This is a rub out technique. But it's going to leave him pretty dang mangy.
Okay. Got you. You are now relieved.
Hooray.
Hello, Danette. There's broken business still.
Yes.
Hey, Christina. Okay.
Yeah, see, now this guy looks so mangy and nasty. I think that's what he wants.
You see, Lisa made a super.
I
chat.
did. We thanked her immensely.
Thank you. I did not. I did not have a dock. You gonna handle the dock over there?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
You find it hard to sell your work and art.
Not at all. Out the door. So to me, I have this. Shannon says I do disposable art because I'm not attached to it. If I want something, I'll make another one, and if I keep learning, then the next one I make will be better, right? So why would I want to hang on to that one?
Yes, it says no longer did He-Man No Woman Night. Did you?
That's right. I had He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Would you like me to leave?
No.
Christian Hoggerty says I'm about to get stuff done. We'll watch this later when I do my art studio.
Hooray.
Hello, Buddy Geeks. That's a hard-working man.
Yep.
Fairy loves the tea. You're finishing bunnies.
I'm finishing bunnies.
Great.
We're going to have bunnies go out the door.
Packing tomorrow. Packing. Oh, bunnies. Guys, come here. Want your blankets?
Myxomatosis. All right, so all I know is that halitosis means bad breath, so I don't know what that means. Yeah, I can make this white bunny dirty too.
You.
you know what, though, Body Geeks? I think it's admirable that you are pushing and trying to get this guy going this year.
Oh, wow. Glow Urban X, could you sell your Beast masterpiece? And would you want a reminder of something beautiful you made?
No. Well, okay. No, I don't need a reminder. Yes, I could sell it. Here's why. My favorite thing that I'm making is the next thing. Right now, I'm finishing this rabbit. I'm like, man, these rabbits are turning out really great. I'm very happy with them. And then I'm gonna work on something else, and I'll say, I'm really happy with this rabbit. You know, I'm really happy with this next thing. The how sad would my life be if my favorite mask I ever made was one I made 10 years ago? Wouldn't that suck? Shouldn't I be progressing as an artist and like my work more and more as I go? I think I should.
Stop doing that thing where you make sense.
That's always so weird to me. What's the favorite mask you ever made? I get asked that so much.
Have you ever been to Monster Palooza?
I have not been to Monster Palooza. It normally is in September, and that is a terrible time of year for me to try and do anything. I could have gone last year because of COVID, but of course they didn't have it because of COVID.
Body Geek says it's going to be tight. We'll see if I can make it.
We'll see if I am rooting for you, and I'm here to help you with whatever you need, sir.
Chad Smith sold his first big Krampus mask. Shipping blew my mind. Had to adjust prices on Etsy. Yeah.
Dude, yes.
Let's talk about that shipping.
Yeah, like a big Krampus mask. We'll spend upwards to a big mask is $140 to ship.
Well,
If I'm shipping it from here to California or here to New York, we're talking $140.
shipping is no joke.
No, it's not a joke.
Scott Colhart says, myxomatosis is a disease caused by, I'm sure I said this wrong, myxoma virus, epoxyvirus in the genus. Okay. The natural hosts are Trepidai in South and Central America and the brush rat. It is a disease by rats. Okay.
You
And
go
Ruth
back
says that would look cool with exorcist puke on the white button.
Yeah. Someone asked Paul Bennett if he wants blood on this one.
Christina Mintai, I am working on some satyr legs and I'm having trouble getting stuck in the glue, but I've used tape and sewed it.
Yeah, I mean you can tape over the hair, then sew what you got to sew, and then take your tape off.
Because of damn shipping. No joke.
He knows.
He does. He knows.
Now this one I don't really want to dye the hair per se, but I still want to get that real grunge.
Something said if COVID-19 wasn't here, I could have gone to Transworld and moved more.
Yeah.
Paul says yes, bloody the snot out of it. That's from
Okay.
Of course, that's Connie Pierce who's telling you that.
So this one then we're gonna go right to permablood.
Hey, Dan, of course. Thanks, Connie. No, Connie with me.
She's pro blood
She is
gore.
all kinds of blood. When Connie came to Krampus Lab in November of 2019, and she made a beautiful Krampus mask, and then decided she was going to blood it. Well, she did not hesitate. She held nothing back. I was like, oh my God, Connie. Perez Production says, I lost money on my flights to Transworld next year.
Always check the seats for your personal belongings. Are you saying that because it's cheaper now, or because you couldn't get a refund?
Stephen Matai says, oh, Perez Production says no refund on the flight.
Got
That's the money that he lost. Christina Mantai says, for the satyr legs, I'm using a wig that I never use, but I'm not the richest person, but I'm trying. Ezekiel says, Cobweb sent me a package and Stilkey sent me a package, and I could buy a plane ticket with the money spent on the postage.
Yeah.
Well, you are worth it, good sir.
Boy, this guy's nasty. And this is this blood is like a single part urethane, so it actually is going to be another kind of layer of glue on this.
Hey, Beth. Beth Williams, Monster Camp 7.
Hello, Beth Williams.
Good night, Jennifer Pugh. Jake, Transworld is in St. Louis, Missouri. What are you using for the blood paint? Hello, Carol Gordon.
Okay, so this is actually this is like the industry standard blood that I don't use a lot of, but this is Perma Blood. This is from Pale Knight Productions. Perma Blood is the name of it.
I swear it used to be Parallel Light Studios.
It's possible.
There are a few werewolves still out there. Not a lot of holiday.
Yeah, you're gonna be busy.
Like no holiday. It's a better way of putting it.
And let's put a little bit of blood on the back of his head because look at how unblooded that is.
How does it get blood on the back?
Rolls around in it. He knows what's good for him.
Mm.
Good night. Dad says, I'll post a picture of the promise. I had to put a tongue on it, and my first tongue, I was pretty happy with how it turned out.
Great. How'd you set your tongue up?
Dan, of course, it says, Shannon, how shocked would you be if I showed up in a baby goat Transworld to you? Talk about logistical problems. Dan, we're driving. There's not a logistical problem.
There's a problem. There's a problem.
We're not flying, Dan. It's not like
Ixnay on the oat gate.
it's not like I have to check a baby goat.
Ixnay on the oat
I
gate.
don't,
Put it in the van.
I don't think the hotel would like the idea.
Next to Rue, and Rue will hold it.
Rue's driving himself.
Put it in the shotgun in my lap.
And he ain't riding in my Cadillac.
You bring me that gun, Dan. We might have trouble getting into the gate.
Maybe I saw a post about Belgium. Yep. Just a few up.
I would love to have a custom mask. I filmed abandoned buildings in Belgium. Do you make custom masks?
Oh, that's very cool. That reminds me of Owlman. Owlman is it's a Scottish group, and they film in abandoned buildings. And I've made an Owlman mask. Yeah, that's something I would love to do, like a custom mask for. That'd be fun.
Is the blood dry darker?
It darkens a little, but not too much.
Beth says she loves you.
Well, my wife's right here.
We love you too, Beth.
Oh, that means it's okay.
So you put blood on and then you spray water after?
Okay, so I did both. Yes, you can. I'm not putting them in the same spot. How's that sound? I'm not putting the blood and the water in the same spot. And that is why this one, which got much more wet, I actually moved so it could dry out a little bit.
Macho, hello. He said that looks awesome. Body Geek says, I'm driving and going by your place. There may be room in the back of my truck, depending on how my credit card survives my first transport. All that says creepy. He loves it. Rylan Shao says it's a 10-hour drive to Missouri. From where are you coming from, Rylan?
Yeah, and like what part of Missouri?
Where are you coming from, Rylan? That's 10 hours. That's doable.
Yeah, 10 hours is nothing.
10 hours, we can do that. Dan, of course, says, I'm driving a truck down. No problem on this end. Thanks, Dan. I'd like to see you sneak him into the hotel. I'd like to see you sneak him into Transworld, quite frankly. That goat's going to like all the noise.
Just tell him it's an animatronic.
Jake Juno Kosofsky says, I just realized you were in Texas. And I'm going to Texas. Maybe we can meet. If not, that's okay.
What part of Texas? Because Texas is big. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm going to go to Texas. I can meet. I'm like, where are you going? El Paso. That's 14 hours away.
You're still in Texas.
Yeah.
Rylan Shaw says 10 hours for you, 25 for me. It's not 10 hours for us to get to Transworld. It's more like 15.
Osbot just said no. He didn't like that.
I Camacho says, El Paso, woohoo! Globe Urban says, awesome, because this is one of the best live artist and creative channels I have seen on YouTube.
Well, that's very
Let's
kind.
discuss the order for a super cool mask. Thanks, bro.
Okay, so to do that, you're going to email stiltbestudios@gmail.com. And I think that this rabbit needs some blood on these teeth.
Jake says that they are going to Lubbock.
Lubbock is like 5 hours away. So that's still pretty far.
You might ride cats on the way to there, too.
No, he's in California.
Oh, you'd get to Lubbock before you got to us, Jake. But you're still in Texas. It's a long way. Christina says, say it's a service scout. Get a little vest and walk him in. You guys are so sweet.
That's emotional support goat.
I was trying to get me a little goat.
A service animal pretty much has to be a dog.
Alan says that I can't have a goat.
No.
Ezekiel said, damn, if I can
He
make it
thinks
to train,
dogs
you
eat
can
stuff.
all make it. That's right, Ezekiel. Ezekiel, how many hours was your flight to Transworld? Ezekiel came from Australia. Body Geek says 15 hours to Transworld for y'all. I get from College Station to Kansas City in 12 hours. Correct. Body Geeks wants a service chicken, and by God, you should have it.
I could service some chicken.
How about some
You can serve me some chicken.
Ezekiel says it's all about 20. So Ezekiel flies 22
howdy,
hours
me.
to get to Transworld. Jake Juno Kosofsky says I'm 16 hours away from you guys. Custom Corpses says, good evening, guys. Man, that is sick. I love all those creepy rabbits.
It's rabbit night here at Stiltbe Studio.
Mike
That's right.
Demon says service animals are dogs and mini horses. Should we get a mini horse? Thank you, Ryan Demon.
You're not helping.
I think Ryan Demon is very helpful.
You're not helping me.
Jake is in Arizona. Gotcha.
Honey, are we on Oddbot?
Yes.
Wait, I thought that was California Jake.
Right now he's in Arizona. He may be California Jake, but currently he is Arizona Jake. Have you ever thought of going to Crypticon in Kansas City? Christine says, I already have 3 mini horses. You're right.
They message me all the time. But again, it's kind of at a bad time of year for me.
Time of year script con.
I forget.
Jake is in Arizona with his family. Gray House says, I already have 3 mini horses. You are not wrong. Perez Production says you can call him an emotional support goat. See, I appreciate how you guys are helping me. Super sweet. Jake is visiting his cousins in Arizona. Dan says they have another baby to be born any day now. Little baby goats. Kat says, same problem with California. Folks say, do you want to stop by when they're on vacation? They have no idea how big the state is. But Jay does live in California. I have family in California too, Kat. And you are correct. White rabbit.
Yes, this white rabbit is going to stay white, but he gets a little bit of blood. He said, not too much, but a little bit of blood. And I hope I can hold back.
Not gonna blood the snot out of it.
I'm not going to blood the snot
Just
out.
gonna blood the.
Hey, Stan,
I don't even know what to say.
do you have a laser pattern for the bunny's bow tie?
No.
Okay. Can you wing it and make me a bunny bow tie?
Ezekiel,
You just want like the big bow tie?
Yeah. Bottom piece, and then the piece on top of the knot goes on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty flat.
So like 2 pieces when you go on top of the other?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
How big?
6 inches. Wait, Stan, do that again? Okay, because before you said 6 inches, and I'm like, don't tell anybody that's 6 inches, all right? 6 inches.
Nobody saw nothing.
Dollar bill, man. Dollar bill.
$1 bill, y'all.
Nothing.
He did. He's like, how big you want it? He's like, 6 inches? I'm like, definitely not 6 inches.
Well, Urban would like to know, do you ever have time to watch YouTube? And if so, what do you watch?
No. Well, okay, I do. All right, and I watch a couple things. I watch other people make stuff, surprise, and I also watch fail videos because I like to watch people fail, and every now and then I watch some fishing videos too.
Because it's the same in Australia. They ask how long the bike ride around the island. Hey, Josh Newman.
7 months.
Hello, no relation.
Pat Swift. No, we are not in the desert, Cat. We are in almost East Texas. So we get a red dirt, a bit of piney wood, northeast Texas. Mostly North Texas. While we get cold weather. I mean, it's not Ruse, Minnesota cold by any means. Of course, this past February
We did all right.
Yeah, we did pretty good. But we are not in the desert. You have to go far west for that. Wine Four says goat is great if you cook it right.
Cabretto.
Ron says a little bit of blood means covered. Buddy says a friend of mine from Minnesota came to Amarillo once. I'd tell him that I would be closer to his house in Minnesota if I was in Boston, Massachusetts, than he would be to me than he was in Texas. That's correct.
Yep.
That's
Texas are big.
That's true. Because says no one's ever survived bike rides. Sure. I bet.
It's the sharks. That's the problem.
Dan McCorson says, Pat, my California family is in Southern California, right outside of San Diego.
Yes.
Dan McCorson says we have a mini donkey also. They're like big dogs. They're also smart, nervous, and super fun pets. Dan, I'll take 2.
No, she won't. My wife lies. She's allergic to horses and donkeys,
Goats.
and especially goats.
That's
Doubly allergic to goats. Turns out, it's terrible.
really
She breaks out in husbands who live in the shop.
Alan pays me to say things like that, Shannon.
Right. Good job, Rue. He's gonna take that too, because he doesn't get to hear that a lot. And now this guy gets actual hairspray, which is not actual hairspray, it's white spray paint.
Because says she's not allergic to Australian chicken. That is correct. Christina Salvati says our previous hunt location had 8 new donkeys, 30 goats, and donkeys and followers. And again, still things that are back office. Dan says no goats here. My wife says no. All the animals in the road are old age. Dan, Mrs. McCorson sounds like my kind of treat. Buddy says, I found out from Rose yesterday that you can pre-order wood and reserve it for when it comes in. Custom Person says, hey, Alan, does that game work on that that you showed us on YouTube Wednesday?
I'm sure it does.
Buddy says, by doing so, you're locked in.
Nothing wrong with that. Not in today's market.
Cat Swift, my family lives in El Cajon. So, you know exactly where they are. That's where they live right now. Good night, Jake. And Jake says, wait, I have to see his part. Are you that bloody?
I'm gonna do a little bit of blood on him. I'm waiting on Stan's bow tie for blood. Which means I will prep the Dremel around the corners on the bow tie. So yes, ever since I saw a lot of video of screaming goats, I won't let Shannon get a goat.
Painting goats are really fun though.
You know what? I make people paint. I've moved on to bigger game.
You would still have a lot of fun with painting goats. I met you, Alan. You would still walk up the yard every day and go, ah!
Good night, Jake.
Watch them all fall down and then giggle to yourself as you walked over to the shop.
It's true.
Isn't there like a 1% chance that they won't wake up?
Ryan even says it's not a big deal, but the audio had a little whining noise while talking tonight. I'm not sure if it's just super sensitive or not.
No. Okay, that is Stan using the laser in the other room. You're hearing the laser come on, and that's what that is. Okay, I like the methed up bunnies. I really do. Let's go to tripod cam.
Courtney says, what stopped you from letting her get a goat? Well, what's the
Look
goat?
up Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift screaming goat. And play a video.
You won't let me get a peacock either.
It goes something like this.
Oh,
I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Leave me lying on the cold, hard ground. Ah! Trouble, trouble. Ah! That's exactly what it sounds like. I don't want to be on camera. I'm showing them the bunnies, and I'm doing the Taylor Swift goat song. And I really want to know now how it spelled that.
Dan says, shop is the shop without a donkey or goat keep poop on the floor at some time or another. I've been there. When the weather is crappy, in the wintertime, my wife makes me move them to the shop. Well, Urban says, it's 4 a.m. here. I should get some sneeze. I'll email you with the mask. We'll dream now of it. You have an amazing team. You're all awesome. You're a sweetheart. Great commentator, full of empathy. Good night. Good night, Will. Did you hear that, Alan?
no. He walked away.
Oh,
It's very sweet.
That's a very nice thing. Yeah. Oh,
Shop monkeys appreciate it. At least this one does.
it's a drop zone. God.
What were you saying, wife?
I'm reading something very nice.
Oh, you should get my attention first. Carry on.
Lower that says, it's 4 a.m. here, and I should get some sleep. I'll email you for the mask, and I'll dream about it for now. You have an amazing team, you're all awesome. You are a sweetheart. Great commentator, full of empathy. Good.
Yeah, my wife is full of empathy. Thank you.
Barbie says, I was afraid if I had to listen to it too. Azika says, that's a great version of Ghost song. Ron says, you can rent Ghost, clear your land. That's true. I love that because they can all the speaks.
But can you rent a kangaroo to fist fight with? That's what I want to know.
Chewbacca says, wow, it's a great mask. Add some horns. Maybe you can get a jackalope.
We do have antlers, so
That's not a terrible
That's a
idea.
fun idea.
I want to see a jackalope.
Lloyd Barachek says, that's
Version?
amazing. Frank even says, peacocks are loud. That's in the barn. And of course that.
yes, and it sounds like a woman being murdered.
Mm-hmm.
I also do not want peacocks.
Perez Productions would like to know, have you ever made a creature kind of like a thing or Dead Space?
Yes. I'm trying to remember the name of the mask that we do that is the thing like. You hate pouring it up.
Asher?
Nasher.
Dasher.
On our website, look at Nasher.
Or Mother.
Or you could pull the gibbering mouther and show it to him, but it's not painted.
There's an Asher on my desk. My favorite. Yeah, it's just a blank though.
Yeah, that's Mother.
Yeah, not Nasher.
They're similar.
You're right. You're right. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Mother mask.
Ethan says you want to hear some nasty noises, you should listen to the wall. Dan says the jackalope mask would be awesome.
They don't want to do it now.
Justin Corpse says I'm not as good as Alan, but I'll get there. But I don't want to do a live. I'll stick to recording my content. The next thing I know, the one is editing.
Editing takes up the most time. If I spend 4 hours on a video, it means I'm going to spend 8 hours editing.
So it turns out Perez Productions used to work at a haunt with Bug.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Bug is the one that gave me the name Rue.
It says for those with horrible stories. Robbie Barachek said that's really goofy. Nice job.
Yeah. Thanks.
I was looking up.
Tina Kuziak says I need a mini cow. Thanks, Tina.
You got a Dremel clean, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dremel it a little bit, you did it. And then,
Thermal clean it, and then flesh base.
Base it in flesh.
Gotcha.
By design says I should get skis. Guys, I'm for all of these things that you were suggesting. I love that you're suggesting it. Thank you so much.
I wouldn't mind a couple of flying foxes.
I want to play thoughts.
I would. You could get some flying foxes, and I would make best friends with one of them. Just walk around like this all the time.
Cute.
All right, so this is my animated reindeer that I'm going to turn into a goat. So, but not right now, because I won't have time right now.
Can I steal this? You actually did the Dremel.
For sanding? Not until the bow tie's done, so carry on.
Puppet Master says chickens. You need chickens. Someone you know needs to do egg sharing. Puppet Master, as soon as I get those chickens, I will keep you in eggs, I promise you. Puppet Master is very my product service, legs in the back was awesome. I apologize if you already mentioned this. But that costume is going through the Greek mythology section. I'm sorry. A dark hour.
So nothing here right now, and this is gonna sound terrible because he has the Dremel on. Sorry, guys. Nothing here right now is actually going to go to Dark Hour. Right now, everything I'm working on is going to go to Transworld. Normally, I work at Dark Hour stuff at Dark Hour. No, there's a lot of other people who do it pretty well, so I don't feel a need to do it. They are monster feet. Any kind of monster, unless it needs cloven hoof or something. Drew, can you do that in the other room?
I'm done.
Okay. That is a leprechaun that I have installed. Thank you. Will that work?
Oh, that says thank you.
Yes. Hey, Rue. Take this in the other room, please. And around all the corners.
Around all of that. With that other one.
The one you gave me back.
I think the live streams are both great and interactive. I spread the tarp down in front of the big screen and down one of too many ongoing projects to work on. It's like sitting in an art class.
Awesome.
That is awesome, Dad. I love that. One too many projects.
We don't want too many.
Good night, Christine.
Good night.
Bye.
There it is. Okay. And White, you have comments? So I'm going to pull up some leprechaun images.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hi. 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 Come on. Hi, friend. What are you doing? Hi, Jones. Oh, come on. There's that. I don't even need the Jones button. Jones is here.
Well, baby, let me get this going. And we have a Jonesy sighting. You can just see his butt over there on the table.
That's it. Has to be Jones. Her voice has the special Jones tone. That is true. He is making weapons on some purring, drooling. So it's a happy cat. Resurrex costumes. Yay, jumping. Yeah, the boy is here. A special boy.
Boy, this guy really is kind of cute. It's not as scary as I want him to be. But he has dried up quite a bit. So that means he's going to be real good shape for, you know.
Right, Dina says, did Stan ever finish his gem sculpt?
No. Sadly, Stan's gin sculpt was just poorly timed, and it did die on the sculpting form. So we will have Stan come back and do something else down the road. You know what? These are missing an important element. They just go out. They've got to go out and come back in. So they all need to be blended together.
Politics by Design says, I know you're feeling about clowns, but what is your opinion on skeleton jesters?
I mean, yeah, it's a skeleton jester. It's if you want to do one and you think that you can add something to the skeleton jesters who have come before you, then you should do that.
And of course, it says we are having a bunch of cast and crew over for barbecue next week. We're making pantyhose guts and milk jug skulls. Amazing how interested the crew is on making things. That's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. That was one of the things that we did at our haunt quite a bit. Was we would have people over every week, starting. I forget when we started, but
Usually July.
yeah, in July, like every weekend, we'd have people come over, the cast, and do kind of like what we're doing now. We have food, and everybody would, jump on a project.
Speed building is awesome.
You know what? I have been sitting on this sculpture for a long time, and I wasn't happy with it. And then, bam! As soon as I open it up, I see something that I missed with these lines on the face, and it's such a big difference.
Hey, Tay.
These lines come out,
Good to have you.
and then they go back this way.
Jonesy is here. He's here.
Who is that?
Hey.
Oh. Yeah, that turn might make all the difference. It does. It changes the structure of the face.
Buddy says, I'm back with this new thing. Boom sculpting. I like when you sculpt stuff.
I like to sculpt stuff. If I could pick myself like one job to do, I would sit and sculpt all day.
Ike says, sorry, but what do you call the two-part mask that straps around your jaw that allows you to speak?
A moving jaw mask. It really is that simple. It's just called a moving jaw mask. Who asked that, honey?
That was Ike Promotion. Mr. Corpsey says, Alan nearly drove myself nuts. Making those little adjustments to my night creeper.
Yeah. But you look at reference, and then the reference tells you something that you didn't know before. And if you're not sculpting with reference, then you are cheating yourself. So we kind of solidified our calendar for the year, and it seems like we are not going to go anywhere else this year. Everywhere that we have on the books, we're going, but no more trainings. I don't think we can take anybody else for actor training or anything like that. Our schedule is full. I really look forward to being able to do some lives from trainings. That'll be great. You guys see me looking over there and squinting a little bit. I've got a bit of a glare, and I'm looking at my reference.
Buddy says, did I make the cut?
Oh yeah, you're on the books.
Project by design. Just watching you do this inspires my son to keep trying. He wants to know how long it took for you to make a sculpt this good.
You know the brad push pins go through and they split apart?
Mm-hmm.
Put one in between these two so it sticks out the back. That'll go into the fur. If you spread it and hot glue it,
Okay.
spray paint this, that periwinkle blue first. Put the brad through first, then glue this on, and then paint it.
Right through into the fur this way.
Not in the fur yet, just put it through the
Okay.
piece, and then you glue
Oh,
the other
okay,
piece of
yeah.
foam on top of it.
Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. There.
By design, son would like to know how long did it take you to make a sculpt this good.
That's a tough question because I sculpted for a long time. I didn't care if I was good. If it looked close enough, then I was like, okay, that's close enough. Let's mold it. And that's what I see a lot of folks doing now. But now I do tend to take my time a little more. If I don't put 8 to 10 hours into a sculpture, then it's not going to be my best work. It almost doesn't matter what it's a sculpture of or how big it is. You really need that time to refine it. So when you think you're done, you're probably 1/5 of the way done. You're 1/5 of the way done. When I look at guys like Andrew Freeman or George Shell or Don Lanning, and I see them sculpt, they reach a point where I would say, that's done, that's awesome. And they keep going, and they just keep making it better.
What was the one we were watching the other day?
Norm Cabrera.
Yeah. Watching him, and we're watching the whole thing, and he's like, okay, those are my rough shapes that are in there. And Alan and I both, that's better right there than either of us ever sculpted. Like,
Great House Font says, I would love to see live exposure training sessions.
That is certainly a possibility.
Yeah, and of course it says I'm shooting for a gathering at least once a month. This first barbecue was their idea. Wasn't planning on a party until after Transworld. This makes me so proud of my crew. They are so excited.
Or do they just want free food? Because pond plans.
Buddy, he says I'll let you be the first to test the pond for fish.
Hooray! I'm down.
And Courtney Boozer says hello.
Hey, Courtney Boother.
Bruce McLeod says, I want to make a haunt in my yard this year for Halloween, but I don't know where to start.
Well,
Cobwebs is back.
honestly, I would start with the graveyard. Make yourself some tombstones. Maybe make a cemetery fence. That is a good starting ground for people wanting to get into home haunting. And then you can move into something a little more esoteric, if you wish. Warren Maxwell, who was on earlier, he always does a big, very interesting theme that he changes up quite a bit. Third degree is who he is on here.
great guy.
He's all right.
Ha!
Yeah, this is it's you put shapes on. Normally they're too big, they're too much. And then is this rounded where it ought to be flat? Is there a hard corner on it? And you have to look at all that stuff and figure all that out. Like right now, I should be able to start getting some anger in this.
Rico says Warren is a top shelf guy.
Indeed.
He is a king.
See, now that I have that, he looks a little angrier.
Can't help but pet them.
Remember to cats eat spicy food? Do something at paradise. Be predictable. Must be.
I love cats.
Ryan Demon says only 200 days till Halloween.
Yeah. How many days do I have till Transworld?
Let's not discuss that.
Like 7, right?
Seriously, want me to tell you?
I do. Because I actually have no idea.
What I'm going to tell you is how many days till we drive out of the driveway. Okay?
That's good. I'm looking at my reference for the wrinkles that are on there, and I put a wrinkle in, and then I make it look like a wrinkle.
19 days before we drive out.
Okay. 19, that's not too bad.
2 days till we drive out.
Hey, wife,
Yeah.
tomorrow night, can you help me take some stock? want to have some questions about the food building.
Probably answer right now.
I'm not in a mental state to ask him right now.
I got we'll have the packet rabbits tomorrow night.
Yeah, as soon as they're dry, they're ready to go.
Great. Mr. Bland said that kind of behind sticky, but I wasn't sure. Courtney Hoosier says, I like smoked. I really enjoy YouTube Wednesday today. I'm a baby haunter. I'll take all the education I can get. I love this stuff.
That is so awesome. I tell you what, Courtney, your work ethic is awesome. I love seeing you kill it every week, making stuff.
Courtney's up to be every morning.
She is.
Yeah, early birds. Buddy, it says 21 days until he drives to St. Louis. Custom Corpses says, I'm going to try and send those reflective eyes to you. It's a symbol so you can see how I made them. I can see how you can take them to the next level.
Keep in mind, it may be a little bit before I get to that. Because Monster Museum and all the other things.
Courtney, I think you're the only other early riser I know. If I check social media at 5 in the morning, you're the only person I see who's up for people too.
See, what's funny is I have enough friends on the other side of the pond,
That's right. See,
you know?
they're up, but it's because they're on the other side of the world.
So right now, I'm a moderator of a couple groups on Facebook. And one of the groups I'm a moderator for is Latex Mask Central. And we have people all over the world. And right now, we're doing about 130 requests a day for people to join the group. And I got to go and approve them all. And I'll go to bed and I'll wake up with like 50. And it's all people from India and, you know, other parts of the world.
Funny by Design says, will you be selling your sculpture tools and aprons and Transworld?
Yes, we will. Those are the things I'm most prepared to sell.
And what about stands, head forms, and paint?
Yep, we'll have stands and head forms and paint too.
Custom Corpses says, no rush. If you've already earned an event for several months to come, if we can do it, we do it.
Hooray. I appreciate your understanding. Probably the main mistake I see people making when they're sculpting or learning to sculpt is they're trying to not use visual reference. And they think that if they use visual reference, they're copying something. That's not necessarily the case. A lot of times you're just making sure your forms are anatomically correct. Hey, Ruth, can you bring me a spray water bottle?
Yep.
Resurrection Costume says, Halloween props for sale Facebook group. Seeing a ton of requests too. All new accounts look sketchy. I can plan way more than I approve.
Oh, again, of the 150 that I get a day, probably 15 of those are actual people. Probably 15 of those actually make it into the group. They answered the question right, and their account, I make sure their account is over a year old. They've had an account for over a year on Facebook. I don't want someone who joined in the last 5 days. That reeks of scam. They have to have a profile picture. They can't just be the regular Facebook empty picture. And I look at the other groups they're in.
Ted Smith says you can just hire Gray to take care of your social media stuff. If you have some time, everything will have a tilted head with the tongue out over the sun.
That's right. At least, you know what though? Here's what's cool. She already has a personal brand. You know what? And that takes a lot of time for some folks to develop. And when you get somebody who's a young person like that, and they don't like work to meld into the shadows, that's wonderful, I think.
And of course, said I'm cutting Minnesota Diamond Willow tomorrow. I'll probably bring about 35-foot walking stick length down Transworld with the influence.
I would love one. I would love that.
I miss Diamond Willow. Might have to go try and find some when I go back to Minnesota. I know a lot of people that make pretty good money off Diamond Willow.
This is too much. It's too thick. Look at both sides. This side is too thick. And I've got to move the crux of the cheekbone down a little lower. It's a little too high. But I'm dialing it in. It's getting there.
Except for people are watching. It's 9:15.
I'll probably stop about 9:30 tonight, guys, because just of what's happening in my life.
Michael Kohler says Gray is an awesome person. She will learn far. Alright.
I think a lot of being a teenager is like slinking back into the shadows and not getting noticed. I know that's kind of weird, but that seems to be like a personality trait that they all kind of want, is to not be, I don't know, part of the crowd. So it's refreshing when you meet someone who is not like that.
I'm not finding that very.
Alan's,
But will that work?
Use the latex mask paint. That would. What's that, honey?
Skinny Bones says what we sold it tonight.
It's a duck. A duck. It's gonna have a little
Just
green.
got here, tell Skinny Bones.
It's gonna have a green top hat on
Tell her, right?
with a buckle. I'm sculpting a leprechaun.
Gonna be enough.
Dan
Duck
Corson
duck.
says he's got your order ready. 1 diamond, willow, and 1 baby goat.
All right, now. If you give my wife a goat, you better not hand me a stick. Might not be the best course of action. boy, making that turn in these lines really changed the sculpture. Really allowed it to be a little more menacing.
That's gonna set up next one.
And see, this has a cut in it. This is part of the second set of sculpting tools that I haven't really released yet. This is such a perfect wrinkle former, the way that it goes, because it looks at the skin from a side image as opposed to from head on. So now I was working on that shape, but I see another shape that is different than I want it to be, and I'm just moving. If I keep moving, I'm not going to get frustrated in any certain area because I keep bouncing around from one side to another. I also know that this mask is going to be a moving jaw mask.
That's what said, we're going from happy chubby cheeks to this.
That is the hope.
Tell us what this leprechaun is for.
It's for a customer. A customer wanted a leprechaun mask that had moving jaw, and they have to be able to wear their glasses under it. So that's why it's built up, and there's lenses in there, so that I'll be able to add, there'll be fake eyes up here, of course, like that's got on it now, and then, but they'll be able to wear their glasses underneath them.
That was a specific request to that customer.
Right. That also allows me to put things on it like an eyelid. You know, you can't sculpt an eyelid on most masks because you just never see it. How's it going, Rue?
Doing pretty good.
Now, I'm going back to you being on till 9:30 or your
What's that now?
kids are recent out, going back to you being on till 9:30. Do you think, brother, I'll see you feeling better?
Well, you know what? And I'm not bad. I'm running myself down a little bit. Everything I do, I love to do. So it's so hard to stop doing anything. Because everything that I do, I love doing. I love working at the haunt. I love working in the shop. I love getting the museum ready. I love getting ready for Transworld. All of it. I love it. I love answering questions on Latex Mass Central. I love shooting and editing YouTube Wednesday. But those things that I said, I do every week. And it's a lot of hours, you know? And I can only keep that up for so long. Passion gets you really far.
Zombie snail.
Are you zombie snailing?
Mm-hmm.
Good job, Rue. We got a zombie snailing today after all. What's funny is when I said Rue, it said bro. Good job, bro.
That's what it says, are they letting you keep the mold for future masks?
Yes. I do 2 rates, you know, so that I'm also sculpting it so you can't really tell per se that it is a moving jaw mask. And luckily leprechauns have beards.
Skin Bum says, thank you for all you do.
Well, you know what? I wasn't listing all that stuff for credit, not by any means, but you know, those are like the big chunks of my week. I love all of it. I think a mouth and the corners of the mouth are some of the hardest things to define and get right in a sculpture.
That still says, great. I see a Christmas gift in that bullet. Justin Brooks said, still haven't talked to him about what he does want as far as the mask goes. Have to back up on you.
Back it up, White.
What is the first part of this conversation? Talk about guys.
Okay, so
Who just said, have a great evening. Shannon, Alan, you and everyone. Thank you again for everything you do. Much appreciated. Good night, Courtney.
Good night.
Deacon says, I can see a fez on this guy too. Egyptian magical dwarf.
Yeah, that could be it.
Oh, I love that.
That actually make a pretty neat gin. Had a big old goatee, like braided goatee off of his chin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, yeah. For sure.
This is what she says. I'll most likely be ordering a Jersey Devil costume this fall.
Okay. Cool.
I had to change out my reference. That other reference that I had, it got me as far as it could, and now I moved to a different reference thing.
Dan Coach says, I'd like Sharon's stroke mask made like a tree bark with a hood. Like plastic red pine bark with really cool. I will email my Annette Burton says, thank you all for sharing your video with us. I owe you a lot of compliments on listening and watching. I tend to add things on the Vivo Anytime part. It's still used by fabulous ideas.
Thank you so much. That's very kind.
Yeah, like PIP.
Boom shakalaka. Oh. Hey, Rue. Can you aim that camera this way a little more?
Pastor Crichton said, it looks like I was doing the math because the producer doesn't want it. He wants his head version of the mask.
Which minutes? Thanks.
Larry Hughes says, Alan, sorry I haven't sent the werewolf comic. I can bring it to Transworld for you if that's okay.
That'd be great. You are obligated for nothing, sir. I appreciate all of your kindnesses.
That's of course it's talking about the Transworld.
Okay? Oh, yeah.
Do you make your dogs costumes for Halloween or dress them up?
No, I do not. I want just to make them a sweater that they all fit in and all three of their heads stick out. So it's a Cerberus costume. But it's just a
They
sweater.
would hate it.
They would hate it. They wear it for 2 minutes.
But it would be a really fun 2 minutes.
Yes, it would. Fun for me. Not the poor dad.
Good night, Ray Demon.
Soraya Demon, throw back a bottle of beer. Soraya Demon, run a comb through your full black hair. Pretty sure that's how that song goes. Rude.
That is how that song goes.
Let him sing.
One in a row.
Rika says I'll try to do video spooky at the bad ones. Shoot it to me. It's funny, but she didn't do that.
That's theirs.
I sent backwards to that.
I remember.
It happened to me, I want to see that kitty. And of course, Alan, what did you think of Solar Farms video? First count with all you guys amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome. He's really doing it right too. I mean, he's knocking it out, taking his time. Each stage, Chris is kind of a perfectionist, and which is great, especially for his line of work.
This is why I end up singing Smurf songs.
Right. I did bust Rue earlier because he's over here working and humming to himself, and he's humming the theme song to the Smurfs. He's going, la, 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 la. It struck me as funny because he's working on a mask and humming the Smurf theme song to himself. All right, everybody. So we are right about at 9:30. My wife says, I do like the direction that this is going.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go a little bit longer.
I'm not telling you.
Alexa, count down 15 minutes.
Not shutting down the party.
Alexa, countdown 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now. That's what Marcia says. I just haven't been able to sit down and get to see what he wants. I have to make sure what his vision is. I think that's the first part. I'll more than likely need masking statements. Good night, Renee.
So I'll tell you what, when it comes to small film projects, they are very willing to give you their vision after they give you some money. So, I mean, that honestly, I would not, don't break yourself over it until you have that check in hand. And then it's like, okay, now let's really start a new project, And I hate to be that mercenary, but we have too much going on in our head for the stuff that we want to do, let alone the stuff that other people want us to do.
Oh. I'm not there yet. Let me go ahead and snarf down this brownie before I cover my hands in napkin.
What's your sense of adventure?
It's first. Of course it's second.
What's that?
So it's first. Of course it's second.
That's right.
And Teresa, Bunny's looks got wicked more. I think they're a little hot. Good night. Good night, Ken.
Good night. Yeah, that's what we do. We blend these shapes together. That's what that is.
Jackson says, so things so busy and tight as they are, have given you thoughts to expanding your business.
No.
Nope.
He said, I can send a resume.
I've got to get control over this much of the business first.
Chad, why don't you live in Texas? North Texas.
What the heck, Chad? Move to Texas.
Northeast Texas. Because we could use your help, Chad. Why must you live in Illinois? And of course it says, we'll all go to Transworld. I can get together for dinner with some of you and meet you in person.
Stacy is planning a get-together dinner. I think it's going to be Friday night.
Yes, of course it says, I'm just not comfortable with this thought of putting much together. So we're looking at this.
Well, the way you stop being a rookie is have someone start paying you. All right, so now I'm going to flip. Pretty happy with that. Except I want to thin this out a little more. It's real wide here, and it comes down quite a bit. So let's go with this guy and just hardcore weight loss program.
Chad says, I'm telling you, Texas sounds better and better every day.
Yeah, there's going to come a point where I have to hand a lot of the shop stuff off to Rue, and that's why you guys are even probably seeing me like, hey, Rue, here's this, knock this out. And then, he gets that knocked out, and I can advise as I need to, and then slowly even that'll go away, and then Rue just comes in on his own, knocks out something off the list, and it's good to go.
This is why we keep the room healthy and strong.
That's right.
Fed, protected. That's the best we can.
You try.
Well, the room is unpredictable. Fair
He's also dark and full of terror.
enough.
I am.
Wait, that's the night. Sorry.
Chad says the state is.
I am the knight.
Hot trash?
This state is not trash. This state.
Yeah, well,
Holdings by Design says, are you going to the museum party?
no, I'm not. I'm going to the ball on Saturday. I mean, there's something every night. And I've got clients that I meet up with and all that, so.
Preston Forces says, I've been texting so much I haven't been watched for soul. That looks definitely the way up.
Yeah, it's little things. It's the reference tells you what to do, and you've got to listen to the reference. Things are fine.
Mike says, Chad, if you wind up down by Bryan, Texas, look me up. Mike was trying to take your help.
You know what? Body Geeks could use some help.
Hey, Justice Phil. Justice says hello, Alan.
Hey, Justin.
Mike was doing it all himself. I'm sleeping on the road.
You tired?
I just got a little catch the back leg.
Your leg fell asleep.
Laying on that concrete will do it. Okay, so the nose needs a bit of a pare down for sure. So I'm gonna I need it round and I need it smaller. So if I make the front of the nose flat, all right, I just made the front of the nose flat. Now if I bring the nose back to round, I know it's gonna be smaller.
David wants to say, Alan, start a haunt. We can all go where it's warm. I'm ready.
I mean, like, I already work it all.
I already direct the haunt.
Yeah, dark hour haunted house. Cool place to point out.
I don't mean anything, but kind of a weekend.
Not something I would say.
I know.
Stan is making the sound of happiness in there.
Oh, Mike.
Sound lasering. I don't have any idea what he's doing, but
Good
job, Stan. Kind of like Rube. They just show up and work.
You know what they do?
I don't know what they do.
Jesse Hill says, I've recently experienced the bliss of making cool different ones.
I love that.
Cat Swift says, why don't you guys just buy a few neighbors and we can build a proper house?
I did let y'all know when the house next to me is for sale. Nobody bought it. Just saying.
I wish.
I'd have worked you too much.
I know.
You'd have hated it. Yeah, see, this looks way more leprechaun-like now.
Mr. Parker says, is everything opened up from full capacity out there yet? Or does it look like, and it does, it look good for the house.
Texas is open 100%. It looks good for the Halloween season. It's okay. You're just having a dream. It's okay.
Bundy said, Texas, the compound gets into David Koresh territory. But I have 50 acres. Why did you put a campground on it?
I think that's a brilliant idea, sir.
Yeah, it's smart. Dad said, release a caravan park for all of the northern folks to winter in. That sounds so lovely.
Caravan type?
Caravan is
Fancy word.
it's a camper.
RV.
Scott says, my wife would not move away from the grandbabies, or I would move down there.
Well,
Scott, you already have the wardrobe, as we know. It can be cold in Texas, and you'll get shorts and football.
Sweet.
yeah, it was quite cold when he was here.
Everybody's had on hoodies and long sleeve shirts, and Scott steps out of the van in a t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flops.
That's right. Minnesota wear.
Chad says, what's the key thing to focus on in sculpting a beautiful jaw mask?
The line between the bottom of the corner of the mouth, where's that cut line going to be? This is the big deal.
That's what says, sorry, Lou, old country language. A trailer or an RV park?
Yeah.
Dan says,
No one
I think
cares.
I should
Yeah,
open
I
a
gave him
snowboard once.
word.
Texas in the winter for the snow days.
There you go.
Good night, Paul.
I would love to do that someday. I will snowbird so good.
Yeah.
I would maybe go to Alaska. Alaska during the summer. It's gorgeous.
I would like to go fishing in Kayak. Bird watching.
All right, so I'm getting this a lot more dialed in than it was before. But that's what sculpting is. You play with it, and you get it dialed in. You know, it's not, you're not going to put every piece of clay down exactly as you want it. I tend to plate heavy, and then I rate thin. And that's a system that works very well for me.
Buddy says, my build will soon be in 100-degree weather until September for all of the northerners seeking someplace warm.
There you go. Yeah, we used to build a haunt outside at 115-degree weather. Well, it was 113 one day, I recall for sure. 113 degrees.
2011.
2011.
Been there, done that. It sucks.
Okay, I really like where this is going. This feels a lot more leprechaun to me. I'm pretty happy with that.
I like it.
So, gang, I think I'm going to stop here for the night. I've got this in a better place. He's going to a better place. And,
Diddly 2%.
okay.
Dan Gorson says, body heat said it's too flippin' hot. One thing in Texas. Holy smokes.
Hey, Stan,
No,
you want to come say goodnight to the people who never saw you?
Dan, how are your socks tonight?
He has some rockin' socks. They're very, come over here. Come over here.
Stan, your shirt.
The tripod, and now you can show them your socks.
Oh, these are my favorite Captain America socks.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Dun-dun-dun.
Favorite Captain America socks.
Which
Which
implies
is
and means I
implied.
have more than one pair.
That is more than one pair of Captain America.
Which is in fact.
Alexa, stop. Now we got Oddbot. Unless you guys want to see a sleeping Cheney.
Well, yes.
And Rue. Why don't we say goodnight, Rue?
Good night, Rube.
Stan, say goodnight, sir.
Good night, everybody.
White, say goodnight.
Night.
Jonesy. Jonesy. Bones Jones. Say goodnight. Okay. And now I say goodnight. What a great night. We got to finish up some rabbits. Rework on some stuff. That's just wonderful. You guys are great. Thanks for hanging out. Go make stuff. Go ahead, Rube. You want to say it?
That's fine.
No.
Go make some!